Running it back for some Challenge Circuit course guide action. This week, I had the chance to play the Challenge Circuit course guide for next week a few times, so I am able to kind of play through it, give you my breakdown of the course as we go through. And for this week's Challenge Circuit, you have Prosper Trail. For the most part, you're going to find for this course that you will have the ability to hit a lot of fairways. The big thing is to set yourself up for a good putt, and that doesn't always mean going for the hole. So let's go out onto Prosper Trail. Let's start this week's Challenge Circuit course guide. You're going to notice that I'm not going to have a lot of tee to green stuff to give you, but the greens are a little tricky sometimes. I am playing this round on firm very fast. Since I'm playing it before the actual tournament goes up in the society, I can't give you the exact first round course settings, but you are going to have firm at least for one of the rounds, probably more. And one of the rounds you are going to have very fast, so you'll be able to see how those balls roll out on the course. So let's head out, get this course guide started. So you're going to notice you're going to have a lot of fairways that are like this. Big, sprawling fairways that you're going to be able to hit. I don't think I've hit under 90% fairway in regulation yet. This will be my fourth round that I've played here as well. So you have an easy route, I believe, to hit a lot of fairways this week. Now, one thing that you are going to notice with the greens is you're not going to have a big, error region for a lot of them. So, for some of them, you're going to want to stick it as close as you can. But for others, you're going to have this, massive slope out. Not for this green, but you're going to have this massive slope out where you're just going to want to play for uphill putts. We always want to play for uphill putts. They're just so much easier than messing with a downhill putt. So, make sure you're, just zooming in on the green, finding a good spot to miss, if at all possible. But you're going to want more uphill putts. And the greens work to your favor on uphill putts as well. Because there's some really nasty downhill putts on this course if you don't hit your spot. So just keep an eye on it. But some of these holes are fairly, I would say, straightforward. There's some that are, when you just look at the green, don't hit it short. If you hit it long, that's fine, because you're actually going to work it back to the hole. So long is a lot better here than being down here on this level of the green. So you're just going to want to keep an eye on that kind of stuff. Really study the greens, because they are pretty tricky in some parts as well. This one, we're just going to go right at it, though. If we end up going a little long, that's completely fine. Not exactly the best spot to miss. It all slopes off. I didn't anticipate the wind grabbing hold of it that much. So that's a little unfortunate. Dang. Fortunately, we red fasted it there. But we'll take our par. You're going to notice, though, with firm very fast, I'm guessing you're probably going to have a round that is firm very fast. It probably won't be default. It'll be firm everything. It gets pretty nasty. All right, this hole. No point in going driver. I've done driver. You get into a pitch, but that pitch is it's a short-range pitch, and you're going to have to partial. What I've been doing is I've been actually taking 3-iron down, because you get yourself into a nice little wedge situation, because it's a short side flag. You just want to make sure that you can get it right around this range, anywhere from 220 to 240, and you put yourself into a nice little wedge territory like you see here. We are 134 out. We're taking a straight gapper in, which is absolutely wonderful. We fasted it. Wind didn't really do too much there. I thought it'd carry it a little bit. It did not. That's all right. You can see the front side of the green really works in your favor. If you're comfortable with partial pitches, you can do like a 3-wood in or try to do driver. If you get a hold of it though, and depending on where the wind is, you could end up in rough. So then you're just making it a little bit more difficult on yourself. I just say, I can't believe I just missed that, but 3-iron in, and it works beautifully. Depending on what your club selections are though, you want to get it anywhere from like 220, 240. That's kind of where you're looking to get it into. So depending on where the wind is for you. Also, I have tried this with a 10-mile-an-hour wind at my back. I barely made it. If I loft it up and go for like an overpowered shot, I could probably get it a little bit further. But this one it's a little tricky. You get a good bounce out of here, but you just have to, hit it. You have to absolutely just stroke it. So, I mean, we're going to try to go for it. I don't know if we're going to make it over. But the thing is if you play it back, I mean, you're not going to make it anyways. So it's kind of a choose your own adventure kind of situation. Yeah. We fasted it. We didn't get that bounce off the hill. We're in the rough. It's okay, though. Oh, didn't want to red fast it. Dang it. This is where you can get into problems, or into trouble, I guess. The other thing that you can do, and I've done it, it's just a lot more difficult of a shot to hit, is to do like a power draw through that fairway to get yourself into a position to hit a 3-wood or driver in, depending on what the wind is. It's just a tough shot. So that's kind of one that whatever you are comfortable with, you should do. I'm more comfortable with trying to go for the play off the hill and hit it as hard as I can. You can play it back and try to drive it up, though. It just depends on what wind you get for round 1, or all the rounds, really. But I mean, even like this, going in the, if I didn't red fast it, I probably could have got out of that with that 3-iron, and we probably could have got it close to the green or on the green. But like even going into the rough there, we still do enough to say birdie. So for this, it's just whatever the wind works in your favor. This green is absolutely gigantic. So if the wind's off to the right, play it off to the right. If it's off to the left, play it off to the left. Just whatever gets you the best chance to hit fairway. But even if you go into this bunker, which I have, again, it's an easy come out of the bunker. There's not a whole lot of like hard recoveries on this course. Usually you can get yourself a recovery no matter what, really. Here's one of the holes I'm talking about to really just study the green. Because if you hit this long, you're gonna be coming down a yellow slope. If you hit this to the left or to the right, you have a chance of running it off. Left, you're going to be dealing with this slope to the hole. So this is a prime candidate where you might want to take a little bit off and try to get this thing short so that you can come up the hill instead. Wow, the wind absolutely ate that up, though. Don't do that. I don't know what just happened there. That was weird. The wind absolutely tore that up. I didn't think did I loft it up that much? I don't feel like I did. It was only 6 feet up. Well, this isn't ideal. Ideally, you want to be like here. Not where I'm at. Where I'm at is not good. I don't know how. Maybe I accidentally put a little bit more loft on it than I wanted to. I could have been on an uphill lie, too. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that was bad. Talking and not paying attention. Let's see if we can just make a magic putt. Close. So close. What a great lag that was. Sign me up. All right, we're going to play this right for here. We want this thing to hit, take a bounce to the left, and then roll down the hill. So that is what I am going to play for. Let's see if we can actually get it. That is the key. Gotta pitch it because of the way my clubs are set up. Too hard? This might be good though. Oh, too hard. Just a touch too hard. The wind grabbed it just a little too much. Man, that if I would have hit that a little bit shorter and a little bit more to the right, that would have rolled down nicely. Too hard. Dang. I pulled it a touch too. Which isn't ideal. Yeah, depending on where you're set up, if you're going to be taking a full club in, like if you have a lob wedge or a gap wedge or sand wedge or something that hits to that hill, you just got to watch out because it's going to stick a lot more. So even coming off of that big bomb. But as you can see, like as we go through, like a lot of these fairways are just... They're big, sprawling fairways, and the greens are big, sprawling greens. So there's not a lot of like managing the course to get yourself into a situation, because a lot of the greens that you're working with are just fairly easy to hit. Great fast again. We got a little bit of a backstop here. It won't come back, though. God dang it. Got too far up the hill. Here's another one of those situations. You just don't... this course puts you into really... If you hit bad shots, it puts you into a really bad situation. Because now, like, we got this coming down the hill. Like, this is awful. Because you don't want to hit it too hard, because if you hit it too hard, the thing's gone. Like, it's best to be short there. There's not a hell of a lot to miss there on that, but if you're a touch long, it's all good, but the amount of long I was not good. We're gripping and ripping over the hill. Or we're red fasting over the hill. Again, fairways are huge. They work in your favor a lot. Even with the red fast. Striped it right down the middle. You just gotta look over your shots. Every shot you do. Here's another one. If you're pinned high, it's not gonna be good. But there's not a big room to miss here, because if you're too short, it'll probably roll back. So it's... You gotta play it close to the vest. Got a downhill lie. Sloping off to my right a little bit. But we great fast it. Gotta hit your shots. I guess, you know, you're seeing what I was talking about, that this course punishes you if you miss. And it does. Very much so. Alright, we just gotta get this close. That's it. Just close. You get punished, though. Hard at this course. You miss your approach shots. It is not kind. And you're seeing that firsthand. Okay, this is actually a fun one. You get enough wind, you can actually loft this up. You have to get about 103 plus. But you can hit this just enough to bounce it off and roll it in towards the green. Now, should you do that? Well, you don't hold the green. I don't think I held the green once. One time I was bunker. One time I fasted it and I ended up in the rough. The one time I did make it up there, It hit, bounced, but this whole thing right here, this is nothing but sloping out. So you just go, whee! But hey, if you want to play it like a wild man and try to hit it up here and roll it towards, you can. You just have to loft it up. You have to be using the big boy driver. You have to hit it about 103 plus with the proper wind. I had a 10-mile-an-hour wind at my back, and I made it up there. So if you want to get crazy, you can get crazy. Normally, though, like this is the play right here. Just a cool, calm pitch shot in and move about your day. Just take the easy play. But, again, if you want to get nuts, you can get nuts. You can. I mean, it's fun. It is fun doing it. Big wind in her face. So we're gripping and ripping. I don't think I actually have played this hole with the wind straight at my back, because I've never tried to go up over the sand trap. We're gonna bring another pitch shot in here. We're gonna try to stick it. Just don't end on the bad side of this hill. I'm worried about this wind. Oh, it doesn't matter now. So we gray fasted the hell out of it. God dang it. Oh, this might work out. Oh, it's got to slow down a lot, though. Wow. All right, well, that's a strat. Normally, you can just stick it on the opposite side of this big hill. You just got to put a lot of spin on it. That is key. If you want to as well, you can play it back a little bit and bring a wedge or an iron in. That way you can really get up over the hill, but pitch shots worked for me every time, so I'm just sticking with it. All right, you can make it here, even with the wind. Again, you have to bomb this thing. You have to do full loft. You have to hit it about a 102, 103 plus, and you got to aim it up for the right side. If you get too short, if you hit like in here, you just hit this hill and you roll right on off. You just have like a simple splash shot up, but usually I roll down into this. But you can get it up here, and it actually works slightly in your favor that you may actually be able to get it to stop. So that's what we're going to try to do here. It's hard. I mean, you got to full power, overpower, and, you know, hit a good shot, but it is possible. I pushed it. Well, let's see where it goes. I think I'm way too high. Yeah, she's gonna roll forever. I was way too high. Just picked up too much speed. But that's okay. We'll have a shot in. If I didn't hit it so high, when you're coming up this hill, it slows you down some. And then it'll slow you down here. The last time I actually made it, I actually stopped on the green down here, and I had a shot in for eagle. It's possible. It's just difficult. All right. Give me my birdie. Nice. Okay. Another birdie in the books. We are 5 under going into 12, which is good. That is a good, solid pace right there. We are going to grip and rip. Unfortunate. Slow. Should get out. Oh, good. Barely. No matter what, I have not made it up here once. Let's see if maybe we get lucky. The one time I did make it up, it just rolled off the green. So let's see. Again, I've only played with the wind in my face, though. So wind at your back, that could be different. Yeah, this is about normally where I get. You just don't get good lies with driver off the turf here. This is normally where I get it. But it just gets you into a nice position to do a splash shot, so it works out. Splash shot into the hole. Almost. Whew. Whew. That'd have been nice. 6 under, though. It's good pace. It's a really good pace. All right, this I've been playing back. The reason I'm playing it back, too, is because I get a nice little iron shot that I can bring in, like lofting it up. I can get a wedge. The only problem with this shot is I have a tendency to slow a lot. And if I slow too much, I end up in the bunker, and this is not a good bunker to play around with. I've just been taking a 3-wood in and just playing it off kind of mid fairway. That way I don't run the risk of driving off to the bunker, because this is one of the holes where you do not want to put yourself into a position of hitting out of the rough or a bunker, just because the way that this pin's set up. It's just tough. So I've been doing this. I've been taking iron in. It's uphill. You know, I've been adding a little bit of spin onto it, and we just got to get it up onto the green. If you end up in the bunker, you have to deal with this false front a lot. You have to deal with this off to the right as well, which gives you a really bad shot coming back in. Or if you hit it off into the left, into this BS, it's just not an easy shot coming up. So that's just my thought process. Man, I am gray fasting a lot, though. Unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate. Oh, hopefully this gets up. Highly unfortunate. I just wanted that to be land front side. I gray fasted it, though, and missed my landing zone, which is sucky. I broke a lot to the right. Oh, god dang it. That's unfortunate. That's a tough bogey to drop. For me, this hole is definitely one of my Achilles heels, just because the way that I just slow so much that it just eats me alive. Because you just don't want to end up in that bunker. It's just not good. All right, this one, we're playing it off to the right. If we get a little bit too much speed, that's okay, because we have that big hill behind us to work with. So I've just been playing it off to the left side. No, I think I said right side. I've been playing it off to the left side and watching the thing just roll in towards the hole, and then hope I hit flag. You're going to get about the same putt no matter what, no matter where you hit it onto the green. I mean, as long as you strike it good. Yep. And you'll just roll back here. This is usually where I end up when I play it right as well. I'll just end up back here as well. So I've just been trying to go for the hole to see what happens. We take those. We take those. This one is actually very deceiving. This may look not too bad, but this entire fairway slopes out not in your favor. So this is a hole where you do need to get this thing a little bit left, because it is quite deceiving. I have ended up in the rough. I'm just fast and everything today. But this whole fairway it does not work in your favor. So let it happen. Just hit it left. Don't mess with it. It's not worth it. This might go in. Oh. Bends back that way. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. All right, time for the fun one. The fun one is me popping this thing up and going right at the cup. You can play it off. If you miss this left, it actually isn't too bad either. Well, you're going to see it. This might be too far left, though. Nope, this should be okay. This should roll. Yes, yes, this is what I mean. If you hit it too far left, you do get a nice little roll in. Okay, whew. We almost hit that way too far left. See if we can get another birdie in the books. Get in there. Oh, baby. Yummy. All right, 8 under. That's with a bogey, too, which, I mean, fire me up with that. All right, I haven't been trying to be a hero here. I've just been drawing this into this fairway. I mean, you could probably just go up and over, but I'd rather not risk going into the bunker because for me, it's more important for me to get onto a position to potentially go for a green than it is to worry about, you know, hitting it into the bunker and not being able to go for a green. So we're going for it. This is the hardest green to hold, though, for a par 5 on this course, like without question. I haven't held it once, but there's always time for one, right? Nope. Hit pin? Yeah, this is what always happens usually. Because if you hit it too short, you hit, take a bad bounce, and you potentially have the potential to run off to the right. Yeah, it's just, this is the hardest, by far the hardest green to go for. But we can at least get it up here close. I think I had a brain fart there. I think I legit clubbed up to pitching wedge and then de-lofted it. I think I actually, like, my brain just shut off there for a second. Holy cow. And don't do that, okay? And don't do that. We end with our 18th coming in. Fairly straightforward hole. Coming into the wind as well. Big old fairways to work with. Big old greens to work with. This is another one that you can play it off left and you'd be completely fine. We're going to try not to do that, but... That's it. Got a little too far right, but it'll work. Still gonna be coming uphill, so. Yeah, that hill over there works in your favor. Again, you'll be able to run it. If you can hit it actually really, like, on the edge of this hill, it all works back towards the hole if you hit it long. I'd rather not mess with it, but if you do happen to gray fast it, oh, like I just gray fasted that putt. If you do happen to gray fast it, you should be okay. All right, 8 under. I had a couple of severe brain farts there on that round too, but overall, not a bad round. We will definitely take an 8 under. And like I said, like fairway and regulation. I mean, if you see 92.86, it's really if you're just having one of those days where it's like everything is not going your way, then the 92 you might dip into the 80s, but it's just really hard to get under a 90% fairway and regulation. I don't think I did it once throughout all of my plays here at Prosper Trail, but that's Prosper Trail. I mean, it's a fairly, I don't want to say it's, I mean, it's fairly straightforward for a course. It's just really planning out your landing zones onto greens, because if you miss, they punish the hell out of you. So I'd say if there's one thing that you're focused on going in is plan out your approach shots. Plan out your approach shots with your drives. Plan out your approach shots when you're actually going in and looking at the green. Because from that point, it's just executing, because you're not going to miss a lot of fairways. The greens are huge. You're going to be, shooting decent green in regulation, but it's just holding the green for one and putting yourself into a position to hit birdie or even do like a 2-putt par. So that's Prosper Trail. Go forth and conquer on your challenge circuit tournaments. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Greatly appreciate you all. Thank you for giving me your time watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Good luck on your rounds this week, and I will catch you on the next one.